Hi, today we're going to talk about how to delegate and stop micromanaging. Now, the role of the leader is to empower the team and unleash the strengths of the team members. Now, delegating is one of the hardest tasks that a leader has. That's because you have to focus on what are your specific tasks and either even you have people under your supervision and they have to do different tasks. Sometimes leaders tend to take over, especially when there's a crisis or there's a high risk. Now, when we are working remotely, that's even more difficult. Some people can work on their own and work the same way as they would be working at the office, but there's other people that struggle, that they cannot focus, they cannot concentrate, or they cannot manage their time. This is when leaders tend to micromanage even more. But the problem is how you micromanage when you're working remotely. Are you going to call this person every hour to see how they're working? Are they going to track their movements on the mouse? There are some tools that do that. What are you going to do to help them work better? Well, this is what we're going to work today. We need to improve how you, as a leader, define the task that your team needs to do, how you trust them so that they work on this task, and how you help these teams become more self-organized so that they can do their task without asking you or without you controlling them. So let's see how we start. So there are three things that we have been working already and through the other modules. We have been working on defining the goals, the purpose of the company, and to improve communication, making sure that it goes both ways, that doesn't go from bottom up or top down, but it goes both ways because the owners or the executives are not the only ones that know better about the company, but we also have leaders, we have teams, and we have the customers that know better. That's why we inverted the pyramid, and now we have the customers on top, the teams in the middle, and we have the leaders trying to support the efforts of the teams. Everyone has different pieces of information, and we have to put them all together to make this diamond shine. So that is communication, the first one. The second one that we have built is trust. When we work on attention, we work on trusting our teams, trying to see how they can get their performance results, how they can show their information, how they can bring up transparency. And we have to trust that information. First, we have to trust ourselves, and then we'll be able to trust our team. And the third part that we accomplished was to get a diverse team with different expertise, with different skills that we put together so that we can all make better decisions. And again, if we have more skilled people in the same team, we don't have to go up or to different departments to get information. So that enable the team to be more empowered, to have more power to make decisions, to work, and to see what's better for the company. Now, this is what is helping empower. We have trust, team goals, and communication of those goals. Now we have to let the employees own that power. As a leader, you have to understand that your role is not to micromanage or actually do the task of your employees is they are not doing it the right way, but you have to facilitate the interactions so that they can perform better. How you do this? By improving the communication, by eliminating other meetings or distractions that the employee may have. In some companies, employees are working on different projects at the same time, which reduces a lot the focus of the employee on one task. So you have to reduce that as much as possible and make them work in one project at a time or at most two projects. Um, You have to identify impediments, things that may not allow them to work the right way. Maybe if you're just starting to improve the communication among the different departments, that communication may not be good yet. So you have to see what's impeding it. If there's a specific person, or there's a specific department, or there's a specific tool or project that is not working well, and try to see how you unlock that problem. Then you have to highlight and promote quick decision making. uh, if you there's a constant decision making that has to be, or has to go out of the group, try to find out someone in other departments that can be part of that group, so that that group can be autonomous in decision making. Then you can work on improving the team's level of knowledge. You can help by training them, providing them opportunities to grow and to develop themselves. This is very important in the new generations. The new generations want to keep learning, try, experiment other things. You also have to promote the appropriate behavior. You already defined the rules of the team in the connection value. So now you have to make sure that they follow these behaviors. In order to do that, you have to define expectations, define goals, define how they need to achieve these goals. But you can define that together. It's not you have to do this all by yourself, but you have to make sure this happens. You also have to work on assisting new members, maybe contacting them often, see if they need help, see if they are getting engaged with the team, reinforce the team values, prevent conflict. It's not that as we discussed before, that you have to eliminate conflict, but you have to make it work. You have to see where there is conflict and try to solve it. How you do that? By exposing the problems, not hiding them under the carpet. And again, setting real, clear expectations. So those are the things that you have to work the most. Workplaces that give their employees greater freedom to complete their work experience greater job satisfaction. Millennials in particular seek workplaces with more autonomy, and it's linked, of course, to greater productivity. So the main thing that you have to work on is, instead of regularly checking in on your employees, you will have to define an environment with clear goals, clear deadlines, clear updates, where you can trust them. You have to build this environment. If you don't build it, you will have to check on them every time, or adapt to, oh, this employee want to check with me every hour, and this other employee want to check with me every week. So you define the rules for all the team members, so that it's easier for you to manage, and it's easy for them to also define how to ask questions, how to raise issues, and how to ask for help.